Hey everyone!
Hello, everybody. I think we're having some technical issues. Yeah, I think we're having a few technical issues right now. I think Manahil was having some issues with their internet or their electricity, and I think that there may have been some other things that have come up with that. So we'll be trying again in a little bit.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, I can hear you and see you now. Yes, yes,
My
we are back.
my bad, my internet was disconnected.
Oh no, sorry to hear that.
So welcome to the show, Adnan. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate you reaching out and really excited to meet you, Manahil.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in my show. So before moving in questions, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Of course, my name is Adnan Iftekhar, and I currently live in the San Francisco Bay Area in the United States of America. And I have grown up all around the world. I was born in Mauritius. I grew up in Pakistan and France. At the age of 12, I moved back to Pakistan and I did my schooling in Karachi. And then from Karachi, I went to college, to Bennington College in Vermont, and I've been in the U.S. since, but I have visited Pakistan many times, and I expect to continue my relationship with Pakistan in helping the world of AI and education become more and more uh, combined and integrated into the work that we're doing, and also hopefully leading to some play as well.
All right, that's really fantastic. Thank you so much for your introduction. I'm also from Karachi, Pakistan, and I live in
Oh no,
so.
are we having some? Oh, you live where? Sorry, I think you cut out a little bit.
Oh my god, my internet is not working. So
Oh,
let's move on to questions. My
sure.
first question is on your screen. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced while promoting AI and technology in education? How did you overcome them? And what lessons did you learn?
Thank you for asking the question. Yeah, some of the biggest challenges that I think that I've had in promoting AI specifically has been the um, that people are scared. I think they're scared of what it means for using AI because they think that AI will take over or AI is going to replace humans. And there's a quote that says, like a lot of people are scared of this quote that AI will take your job. But the way that I look at it is someone who knows how to use AI will take your job, right? It's not about AI is going to replace people. AI is going to replace some of the work that we're doing. It's going to change some of the way that we do the work, but it's not going to, I think, replace humans. And in having these conversations, I've been able to show some folks how to use AI to help them in their day-to-day lives, how to use it to, for example, do some of the more mundane things in their lives so that they can spend more time doing other things that require higher order thinking skills. So, for example, when I conduct workshops, every time I conduct a workshop at the end of the day, I'll send people a Google form and I'll say, can you give me feedback? And I ask specific kinds of feedback. And then I'll take this feedback with me at the end of the day. And usually I review it, right? And then so that I can prepare for the next day. But now with I can have AI review the feedback, give me the things that I need to work on. So instead of spending the time reviewing the feedback, I'm doing that work myself. Although right now, the way I'm doing it is that I'll have it go through ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT 3.5, and then I'll also review it myself. So I'm doing triple the amount of work, but I'm also showcasing them because I want to show people this is what ChatGPT 3.5 discovered. This is what 4 discovered. And this is the things that I discovered in doing this. And here are the differences. So I can showcase the differences between the different technologies and also let them know that I am listening to them so that I can change what I do the following day based on their feedback. And when they start to see some of this in action, and even though right now it's not saving me time, I still think that the time is invested properly because I can showcase the differences between those different technologies and the different platforms, and kind of continue the work that I'm doing with them, and let them know what is possible, so that they can start to trust it a little bit more, but still use the human perspective, right? Because I don't think we can lose the human perspective at this point. So we really need to think about that a lot.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Thank you so much for your wonderful answer. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is on your screen. With the
Mhm.
increasing role of AI in education, what ethical consideration do you believe need more attention, and how should they be addressed?
Yes, ethical considerations in AI are part of the core of the things that I work with. And in all of this, as we are moving towards becoming an AI forward society, every single company that I know of is featuring AI as part of their promotion or their next endeavor. And they're moving into the direction where they are taking this to be at the forefront of their processes that they are putting into place. So the more and more we use it, the more and more we need to be considerate of the ethical implications because um, just as anything is a tool, right? A tool can be used for good or it can be used for evil, and everything in between, right? So, ethically, we need to be very careful, especially how we are using AI with students, with children, um, making sure there are guardrails that are available, making sure that it's not making mistakes. So, and when people speak of AI, they speak of there's so many different portions of it. And the thing that I'm speaking on specifically is around the generative AI, Gen AI, right? So thinking about the large language models specifically. So ChatGPT, Perplexity, even Claude, Mistral, Llama. Those are the kinds of things that I'm talking about when I speak about this. In addition to those, there's the image generation capabilities as well, and the audio generation capabilities, as well as now the video generation capabilities too. So there's multiple levels, multimodalities that are starting to come into play in all of this. And um, just recently, about 5 or 6 months ago, there was an article in the New York Times where there was and this is American politics, right? So Joe Biden was running for president until about a week ago. So at that time, and he's still currently the president of the United States, right? So somebody, somebody who was not being truthful took Joe Biden's voice, recorded it, and then had his voice say, please don't go to the elections and vote. And it was sent out to thousands of people in Texas, um, and it was kind of released in that manner. So that is an unethical use of AI, right? Because they used his voice to say something that he normally wouldn't say. I mean, even if he would normally say something, right, it's still an unethical use of his voice. So those are the considerations we need to have more and more in place, and at the same time, we also need to have better digital citizenship. So as humans, as students, you can learn to know the difference between what is truth and what is made up.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much for your answer. So, uh, you talk about reinventioning education and assessment models. What innovative assessment methods do you propose to better measure students' learning and development?
I think that there are several ways to think about this. For me, um, one of the things I think about is quality versus quantity. And I think that there's certain things to be said about both. But there was a story that I heard about a college professor who was teaching photography in his college class. And he divided this class into half, right? Half the students said, he said, you will be judged on quality alone. All you have to do is to have to take one photograph, just one photograph for the entire term. And it has to be the best, the most beautiful, the most incredible, just one. You just take one and you'll be judged on that. The other half, you have to take 100 photos. It's just on quantity. Doesn't matter how good it is, how bad it is. You just take 100 photos. Each one of you takes 100 photos. And so I'm asking you, Manahib, who do you think had a better photograph? The people who did one photo or the people who did 100 photos?
The people did 100 photos, I think.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because when we do something that when we do like when I started to make photos, so I make first photo, like I do some mistakes in my first photo. Second photo I will do or more mistake. Third photo I will do more mistake. But after three photos I am I know how to do it. But after 90 photos I know how what's the mistake is, and I know that what's the what's perfect is, and I will be expert in making photos. So that's why I think the 101 is good.
And I got chills right now just hearing you say this. And how many interviews have you done, Manahib? Tell me about this.
I have done 443 interviews, and you are my 444.
444? 443 you've done, and I'm 444 right now?
Yes.
That's a lot of interviews. And have you ever gone back and looked at interview number one and number two?
Yeah, when I start my English interviews with foreigners, I didn't speak English, and I don't know how to speak English, and I don't know how to understand. But I know English grammars. But when I start, so I said to myself how I do it. But I started, and then after my 100 English interviews, I realized that, oh, I understand English. Right now I know I don't speak English very much, but I can speak and I can understand English. So after my 100 interviews I realized that, oh, I understand English and I can speak. But before 100 interviews I didn't speak English and I don't understand English before that. So that's why I was saying you that 100 people's when 100 photos the team make, so they will be good for us and for them.
Exactly. You're 100% correct in this. The more you do something, the more you recognize the mistakes you make, and the more you can learn, right? And you are a shining example. 444 interviews. I would be curious to see how many people in the world have done 444 interviews. I'd be very curious to know that number. What do you think it is?
I have no idea. I think one person in the world they can
I,
they
I
done
think it's
one.
0.0001%.
I think so.
I don't think many people do this, what you're doing. And this is remarkable, right? And I want to just stop there and also think about this, right? That's a lot of interviews. That's a lot of time. And I want to reiterate what you just said, that you didn't know how to speak English, yet you started doing interviews in English. How many people in the world will start to do interviews in a language that they don't know? I'd be curious to know that number as well and figure out how many people have taken the time to learn a language while conducting interviews in that language. So that's a really interesting. I think about language acquisition a lot. I think about how do people learn different things. And this is one incredible way that I had not even thought about. Like, just go and do an interview in a language that you don't know and start to learn by immersing yourself in that language, right? And that's
Yeah.
remarkable. So, in terms of what you're saying, 100%, 110%, 111% even, right? So I'm really excited to hear how this is going for you. And when did you start? How long ago was it? When was your first interview?
In 2000 December in 2022. At yeah.
2022. So not
Yeah.
even 2 years. Not even 2 years.
Yes.
So you're doing approximately one interview every 1.5 days.
Yeah, sometimes I take 5 interviews, sometimes I don't take interviews, sometimes I take just one interview.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. Um, very, very. I'm really excited to have this conversation with you and to learn about this. This is very exciting for me. That's wonderful. Yeah, and
You know,
I'd love to ask you some more questions, but go ahead, go ahead. What were you going to say? Yeah. Oh,
so in am I audible?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I have conducted in Arabic, in Chinese and Swedish and many languages. I think 7 to 8 languages, but I don't know the languages. I just speak English and Urdu. But I have taken in English. Sorry, Arabic, Chinese, Swedish, Spanish. Like
Wow. So what language are you going to work on learning next after English?
after English, I will learn Arabic.
You're learning Arabic. Wonderful. That's really exciting. I want to hear about that as well. That's amazing. How many interviews have you done in English?
198.
Wow. And
198.
you know all this all on the top of your head. So about half of them are in English and others in other languages. This is amazing. Um, by the time you're my age, you'll know about 45 languages.
I also.
Yes, 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 yes. Amazing, amazing. And I'd love to also hear the story of your last name, Remote Job Wali. And do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. My name is Manahil Rimorjovali because I am on a mission to help every graduate in Pakistan earn minimum $500 per month through remote job. As you know that AI will take our jobs and our future is all about remotely. So that's why I'm working on it and I will help people. I'm also helping peoples and that's why my name is. And I will, yep.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, are you starting to do some work on helping people do this right now? What is your next step in that regard? Tell me a little bit more.
Sure, I help people every day. When people text me, I just guide them how to do it. And also, we have GPT. In Chat GPT, we have GPT, Rehan Jobs AI. So Rehan Jobs AI help us to find our jobs in anything like whatever we have skills in about technology. So Rehan Jobs AI GPT help us to find remote jobs, and we have also one more GPT. Uh, $100 intern help us to find internships remotely, and so that's why I'm helping them. I'm suggest them to use this and get jobs. And the GPTs is made by Sarihan Dawala.
The GPTs are made by Sirhan Alawala. That's excellent. Really glad to hear about those GPTs, and maybe we can put them in the links in the show notes as well, so that people
Sure, I
can
will.
can use them as well. Yeah, yeah, in the comments. Awesome. Great. Thank you for that. I'm excited to learn more about those myself.
Sure, you will.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
And do
Is there
you?
anything you would like to ask?
Yeah. So you started working, or you started with the in terms of the school, right? Oh, good. These are the GPTs you're putting in there. So in terms of when did you start taking classes at the Rehan school?
2 years.
It's been 2 years. Okay. So you've been at the school for 2 years, and you go to the campus every single day?
Yeah, every single day I go every day. These days I'm going another campus.
Oh, a different campus? Okay. Which campus are you going to now?
I'm in Karachi, but we have two campuses in Karachi, so I go in every day different campus.
Oh, different campus. Okay. And then what is the day structured like? What do you do during the school day?
Um, I wake up at 7 and go school at 7:45, and I complete my task. Uh, first, I make videos about remote work. Then I make a faceless video about remote work. Then I talk with Colony, and Colony AI. I think you know about it, and
Hmm.
also with Vappy. Then I make a Canva post and story post. Then I came home and just eat some food. After that, I just go to the then I go office and assist my mentor. After 5 hours, I back home and make tea, enjoy tea with family. After that, I work more on myself and on my whatever I have. Then I take interview if I have.
So tell me about that internship. Are you doing an internship right now? Is that what you said in the afternoon after school, after you go to lunch?
I assist my mentor. I'm assistant of Rehan Lawala, so I assist
Okay.
him in his office. I go every day 5 hours.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And what does that assistant tell me a little bit more about what you do when you assist him?
I'm his writer, and
Okay.
whatever he gives me work, he gives me task, and I just complete task for him. Like I make videos for him, and I also write his books, and I also make my school workbooks. I like my school workbook is made by me.
Oh, wonderful. And are you teaching other people how to make their own school workbooks?
I teach two students in my school,
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I
and
think
and
because,
also
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I help Shannon. I think I saw your LinkedIn, Shannon. So I help her to write her book, and
Oh, great.
also Danielin. I help him to write his book, Danielin, and yes,
That's great. So you're doing a lot of writing right now, which is awesome. And are you doing all of this in English or are you doing some of this in Swedish as well?
in English, and I have writing in 2 3 books in Urdu.
In Urdu as well. Great. Excellent. Excellent. Um, yeah, I think that and you have a YouTube channel, you said?
I'm
Do
sorry.
you
Can
have
you
a
please
you
repeat?
do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I have. You're live on my YouTube, my LinkedIn, my Facebook.
Great. Excellent. So I will have to follow you on all those different things and I'll have to make sure that other people follow you on YouTube as well. Is that where you get most of your followers or do you get them more on Facebook or LinkedIn?
I have on Facebook 17,000, and on LinkedIn I have connections about 3,000 plus, and on YouTube 1,500 subscribers I
Okay.
have.
And where do you get your most, do you do any analysis of your when you publish
Facebook.
videos? Where do you Facebook you get the most views on Facebook? So a lot of
Yeah,
your audience lives on Facebook then. Okay. Is that
because
because most of go ahead.
I start taking interviews on Facebook.
Oh, you started on Facebook, so you grew and again you said you have 17,000 followers on Facebook, right?
Yes.
That's quite a bit of number. That's a good number to start. And
Yeah.
I'd love to see at some point you create a video. on your demographics as well as your analytics. So if you can share your analytics at some point, I don't know if you've done that yet or not, but I'd love to see like the growth in your analytics and what your people are interested in hearing and all of that. I'd love to see a video on that as well. I don't know if we lost you again, but you seem a little frozen right now. There,
Am I
you're back.
audible?
You are audible, yes.
Yeah. So I will share with you a screenshot of my analyst. What the hell?
Analytics?
Yeah, analytics.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry for that.
No, I'm really curious about that. I'm really curious about that. I love seeing where people, like how people grow their following and what it looks like. Very exciting to hear about all of this. Thank you for sharing, Manahid.
Thank you so much for giving. I really enjoyed today's our conversation.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad that it turned into a conversation because I think that those are the things that are the most impactful, right? Just having a conversation, having a chance to chat with somebody, and I'm sure that you enjoy this so much as well right now, right? And you're inspiring other people to do the same thing because some of your fellow students who don't speak English as well as you do, right? They're still
Yeah.
learning. They're still starting on their 10th, 15th 100th interview, whereas you are on your 444th interview.
Yeah. Five peoples are watching us on Facebook, and one peoples are watching us on YouTube.
Oh, wonderful. Good. Well, hello, everybody. Really nice to meet you. And I hope you
Yeah.
are following Manahil.
Yeah. Everybody, put your hands together for Adnan, virtually, of course.
And even more for Manahil, please.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any
So,
questions?
so yeah, what? Oh, I think you froze up again. And
Am
we
I
have
audible?
yeah, yeah, and we have some comments coming in on Facebook and on YouTube. That's so lovely.
Thank you, everyone, for hi and hello. So,
Yay. Yeah, I have one
yeah,
more question.
sure,
One more
sure.
question. So I want to know what your goal is right now. Like as you start to expand your presence, your teaching and everything that you're doing, what is your goal when you're coming up? How do you see yourself growing and making an impact in the world? What does that look like for you?
Sure. I want to be a Nobel laureate, Guinness Book World Record holder, and I want to expand my network. Don't just about my presence on social media. I just want to expand my network with people. I want to learn from them. I want to connect with them. I want to learn their cultures and about their experience with people. I enjoyed really with talking with you.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. So expanding networks. I have many, many people that I can introduce you to. Uh,
Yeah, sure.
so yeah, and so Rehan Lawala just asked if my children would be able to talk to you, and I am happy to introduce you to my children as well.
Sure. It's my pleasure.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I'm very excited to meet you, and I will do whatever is in my power to introduce you to people in my network. So when you go to my LinkedIn or my Facebook and you see somebody that you want to meet, let me know, and I would be happy to do an introduction.
Yeah, sure. I will let you know.
Absolutely.
You are very amazing.
Oh, I am just a reflection of who you are because you're the host in all of this, so you are the amazing one. I'm just a reflection of you.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, Again, thank you so much for inviting me to your show. I really enjoyed this time with you, and I and I look forward to continuing our conversations. Thank you again for everything. Thank you to all the people who are all here. And and we have a question from the audience.
Yeah, how they teach in school in USA.
Oh, how did the teaching happen in the United States? You know, it's interesting that you asked this question because I was thinking about this myself. Uh, the teaching in the United States is still archaic in my mind. In the United States, a lot of schools talk about being progressive, talk about being innovative, talk about being different, and yet they still have homework, they still have worksheets, they still have grades, they still have things that are from from a place that is in my mind, not about the future at all. It's not about the future of work. It's not about the future of school. And I think we've lost Manahil, but I hope that she will be back soon to check in on this. I think that I'll continue talking since I'm here for a little bit. I'll wait for Manahil to get back, but but it's still in a place where the education system needs to be changing. And I was talking about this earlier that AI has the ability to change the way we do things, but it also has the way to transform something into something totally different. Right now, people are still looking at it as we did 200 years ago. Education system still hasn't changed, even in the US, that it was 150, 200 years ago. It might look slightly different, but it's in essence, it hasn't really changed. And that's why, Manahil, it's your job to start changing the education system in Pakistan. As being a student
Yeah,
at
we
Rehan
will.
School, you're already doing it. But now, with your 17,000 followers, which will become 17 million, right? You're going to start to have
Inshallah.
that cascading, inshallah, having that cascading effect where people will start to listen to you. Because I'm old. They don't need to listen to me. We need to listen to the young people like you, right? We need to listen to your voice, to what you have to say, to the things that you have to say. So I'm here to support your voice and your vision. And whatever you have to say is a lot more important than what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adnan. My bad, my internet connection and my electricity is not with us. So my laptop will close in just a few seconds. So I just want to close our interview.
Of course, of course. And Manahil, I'd be happy to introduce you to other folks, and I'd be happy to come back again and chat with you in a few months and check in and to see how you're doing. And maybe next time I can do a full interview of you, and I'll prepare some questions rather than think about them on the spot. How does that sound to you?
That's really wonderful. I would love to be your guest.
Great. I can be host of your I can be a guest host.
Sure.
Does that sound good to you?
Thank you. Again, everyone, put your hands together for him. I really liked him and he is so amazing. Thank you. Bye. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Take care.